last summer when the pandemic hit, the future was the next day. And we did become very, very, very operational for good reason. You know, most businesses were trying to make sure people didn't get ill and they didn't run out of cash. Hopefully, most organisations have now got well beyond that, and we know how to keep people safe, and hopefully people are in a good financial position. So it is time to start looking forward to the future. So we probably all dived down into doing jobs that we wouldn't normally do because we were in crisis. And it's just about discipline, making sure we allow people to do their jobs and don't carry on doing that. So I think it is a challenge. Probably a lot of CEOs enjoy diving down and getting involved in a crisis, and the reason we're good at that, and the reason we become CEOs is we were good at that. So, but there's a bit of self-discipline to drag ourselves back out of it.
I think there's almost like a seismic change in businesses, which the pandemic has created. I mean, of course, changing with an external environment, with business issues. I think, business execs have been used to that for quite some time. But the pandemic, particularly, I think there are three areas where it's accelerated things very dramatically. The first is the use of digital, and therefore digital transformation is something that business leaders have to now not just understand but implement very quickly. The second area is really employee engagement and hybrid workplace, and that's again something which has changed very dramatically. And thirdly, I think just creating an organization which is sustainable and has purpose.
Make sure that you're spending time, the right amount of time, looking over the horizon. So I think it's not just about climate change, it's about your customer relationships, it's about where your talent and your people are going to come from, it's about where your technology investment is. So I see the CEO's role as making sure that they're spending time on that, but also that your people are spending time on it and the right amounts. They're all busy, they've all got operational things to do. So it's setting the agenda and the timing to make sure that you take the right amount on that longer term view.
Drawing on my own personal experiences of the last 18 months, it really is the timeframes over what you call strategy. From my vantage point, those timeframes have collapsed almost to like a week in duration. So to me, it's more around just having that sense of purpose and a sort of North Star in terms of your strategy, and then adjusting it accordingly. And as I said, typically I find that almost on a weekly basis, so that actually I'm now having weekly stand-ups with my leadership team where we're adjusting the North Star as we go. So it's definitely shorter time frames, but absolutely critical to have a strategic outlook maintained.
The pandemic has definitely created an environment where business leaders need to reach out more to their peers, to understand practical things they're doing, but also from a strategy perspective, how do you bring all these different priorities together, and how do you decide how much of what to do?